So on my placement, when I was observing reading, the 2 weeks were quite different. So in the first week they did their usual reading, so they had their reading groups and they were preps. So there was a lot of just recognising letters and the sound that the letter makes, and then putting them into very, like, they had star words, so had, h, at, d. So they would recognise h is a h, at is an a, and d is a d. So it was a lot of like cutting out things and like putting the letters in an order to make a word sort of thing. So there wasn't really a huge focus on actually like reading a book. They'd do their reading in the morning, but they were kind of just looking at the pictures and kind of trying to decipher what it was. So it was more, just looking at letters and sounds and phonics. So in the second week the teachers were doing their running records. So that was really interesting. I got to sit in on about 4 of those and give it a go myself. With that, while they were doing that, the other teacher would take all 60 preps. So they were in an open plan learning community, so they'd take all 60 preps, and there was 2 days where I actually took all 60 of them, and they were doing fairy tale sequencing. So reading a fairy tale, so we did Little Red Riding Hood, and then making little maps. So they were testing their children's comprehension on that. So, first Little Red Riding Hood goes into the forest and the wolf comes, and just, cutting out and sticking with that. There was a huge diversity between kids that could and couldn't read. So there was some who had 3 letters. They knew that A made A, and E made E, and D made D, and that was it. That's all they knew. And then there was others, and they were reading at nearly a grade 2 level. So how they managed to work around that was, it was a whole school program, and it was called Words His Way, and they would go into a classroom with children of the same level. So if there was a grade 2 reading at a prep level, they would go to the prep class, and if there was a grade prep reading at a grade 3 level, they'd go into the grade 3 class, and they would have groups of children who were at the same level regardless of what year they were in, which was pretty cool. And they did the same across the prep grades. So if there was some that weren't quite as advanced, they would go into a group across the 3 prep grades, and then same with the kids that were reading at like a grade 3 level. So overall, the way that they took reading was pretty cool, because they didn't look at, this child doesn't know anything, we'll focus on that child and we'll make sure that they're catching up to the rest of the group. So they focus more on the child's understanding of the content rather than knowing how to spell things. So if they were trying to spell soccer, they would go S-O-C-R. So they would spell it S-O-C-R, and the teacher was like, yep, that's phonetically correct. So tick for you.